you ever wanted to be a toy in a giant bedroom? No? Just me? Okay. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be building a bedroom that covers the whole plot. Because I was just watching Toy Story the other day, as you do, and I thought, how cool would it be to be like a little toy in Bloxburg and have this gigantic room? Now, I'm still going to be trying to make all of the items look like the items. So, for example, if I was to use this bed, I'm going to try and recreate that bed just supersized. And we're going to name the plot, Andy's Coming!
Andy's coming.
Now, I did debate in my mind whether or not I should be doing this on the large plot or on the normal size plot. And I decided for two reasons I should do the normal size plot. First of all, I think the big plot for one bedroom, it would just look too ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't actually be able to do it. And also, if you guys for some reason wanted to recreate this, then you can do it without having the large plot game pass. So how tall are we thinking of making this? I'm thinking like a solid 5 stories high, right? And who remembers when you could only go up 3 stories in Bloxburg? What was that? Bloxburg Baroque era? Okay, here we go. This is gonna be our bedroom. Now, what I think we should do is we should be smart about this.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter.
I think we should make like a little version of the room that we're gonna recreate, and then it should be a little bit easier dimensions-wise. And if you didn't know, this has dimensions of 30 by 30, which means we're gonna have to scale everything up by 5 blocks. It could be fun to do like a desk, you know, with a bunk bed. Maybe we can have a closet here. And for those of you who are confused, obviously the bed, the supersized bed's gonna go over here. The closet will go here. And I'm thinking maybe we could have like a bathroom. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna build massive doors? This is gonna be so hard. I don't know if we should be doing traditional windows. I think that's a little bit adventurous. Yeah, let's do it, let's do it. So who's the kid in Toy Story? What's his name again? Andy.
Andy's coming, everybody. Back to your places, hurry.
And honestly, guys, I just shut the hell up and planned my room out because I was doing it so slowly. And okie dokie, guys. So here is basically the plan for the room. Obviously, I haven't colored everything. This is just so you guys can get a gist of what it's gonna look like supersized. So we've got the bed area, the closet, the bathroom. It's now the moment of truth. So we're gonna begin with the wall trims, which as you can see down here are the little ones. So we're actually gonna have to use the full length ones, and these are just gonna act as like base wall trims, which looks absolutely mad. And then for the top ones, we can't just use that, can we? Because that's obviously just what you'd use on a normal room. But then how do we do this? Like, I'm actually confusion. My guess is maybe going into structurals, but even this is just like, you can't really make this bigger, can you? Okay, do you know what I think we're gonna have to do, guys? I think we're just gonna have to use the wooden plank as a wall trim, because this one, I know that you can resize this, baby. And oh my gosh, I can't believe Bloxburg added the tax to make these bigger. $2,000 in tax. And then look at this, looky. I actually think that has worked really nicely. I'm actually a genius. So there we go, those are the wall trims in. Now, as for the wall color, what are we thinking, guys? I kind of want to add like a nice-ish texture, like maybe a striped moment. Maybe we should just do this going all the way around. Now, what I am really worried about is how am I meant to do this bigger? Because that looks disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I was thinking we could go in and what's it called? Are they called the planks? We could use these ones, which are basically a larger version, or we could use these. But you know what? Let's just go for the bigger, shinier ones, and we are certainly not using linen. So do you remember our really good maths work? Each block in here needs to be 5 blocks in this room. So if this bunk bed goes long 2, that means 10, and then it goes long about 1 1/3. So maybe like 6 this way. And I'm actually gonna copy this bed over here so we can actually get it pretty darn accurate. So first things first, we are gonna be placing down the basic shapes. Oh my gosh, I really didn't think this through, guys, did I? It's gonna be very difficult. So I guess this is gonna be the bottom. And what did we say? 10 along. Oh, geez. 9. No, still need some more. 10. Honestly, this must be how the BFG actually lived, guys. Now, that's not even actually touching the floor. We need to raise it up. And then for our little, like, stoppers, that's actually really easy. We can just nab them in. Now we need to work out how tall it's going to go. So if this is a wall, it goes up about 3/4 of the way up the wall. So that means we need to get up to, like, the 3rd wall, right? Honestly, I have no flipping idea what I'm talking about. Now, at the end, we have like a cool, cute little panel, which I'm not going to lie, I'm actually really, really liking. And that goes about a third of the way up. Obviously, like, this is not going to be 100% mathematically correct. If you're expecting that, I fear I'm going to be letting your expectations crumble to the ground. And then the top one actually has like a really thin little bugger, doesn't it? It's a really thin one. Now, as I'm placing these, I do want you guys to let me know in the comment what video ideas you want to see. Not that I'm running out, definitely not running out of ideas, guys, but seriously, like, whether it's something, I've seen your comments, guys, like build Asda, whether it's something like that, whether it's a spy video for me to do, anything, just please comment down below, because your guys' ideas are honestly the best, and I'm not even just saying that. And so far, guys, that is actually looking pretty darn accurate to what this one actually looks like. And by the way, if you're wondering why I haven't made this like copy and pasteable, like building everything off of each other, because if you didn't know, if you build basic shapes off each other, they become copy and pasteable. Because we're only building one bed, I thought it would actually be more hassle and more ag to try and make it copy and pasteable. Do you know what I mean?
1 hour later.
But anyway, I actually shut my stupid mouth up and I've managed to get the bed frame in. Do you know what this is really feeling like, guys? It's feeling like, you know, when you order IKEA furniture and you have to build it. That is literally the vibes I'm getting right now. And I'm kind of digging them, actually. So I've also just realized we can get rid of these because this is actually where like our little ladder goes. And then we have like almost a fencing system. So this is gonna be the middle one, which I actually don't even think is in the middle. So okay, that's our railing in. And damn, the only thing holding this up is the ladder. They put a lot of trust into this ladder, haven't they? And again, y'all, with the ladder, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a copy and paste job. So the last part of our IKEA bed is just adding in the mattresses and obviously the mattress supports, because otherwise whoever's on the top bunk is just going to come crashing down to whoever's on the bottom bunk, which I do feel a little bit scared for them. And was it just me, guys? Did any of you used to share a bunk bed with your sibling? I used to do that and I would be so scared on the bottom bunk. I was honestly so thankful when I got upgraded to the top bunk. Now, obviously it's probably not going to let us have the bevel, because obviously this can only be resized into like 3. So what I was thinking is maybe the beveled can be like the pillow. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect and cute. So there we have it, guys. Part 1 of the bedroom is done. See ya in the next video. Imagine if I did that, guys. How is it already worth $70,000? Is that how much this bed cost?
Shall, anyways.
Now we're gonna go in and add the closet, which has to be 15 blocks along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And yeah, there's 5 blocks left, which goes to show our method does actually work, guys. So obviously this is a little bit of an easier one. It's gonna be the closet. And why is it still not letting me place them? You have to like put it in the exact right position, otherwise you just get scolded. But there we go. That was actually a little bit easier. So now I've just realized we need to do the closet doors, or shall we make them like open? I feel like that's gonna be really hard. If I just walk out, oh, I'm stuck in here. Okay, if we move the mailbox for a second over here, and let me go and show you something with the closet doors. Oh, actually, that isn't as hard as I thought it would be. Okay, right, let's keep that open like that. We can just delete like the bottom 3, right? And then we'll have maybe 2 block wide. Then we are gonna have to revert back to a basic shape up here. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to like make it look like the pillar. So if we resize it down by 2 each time. Now then, it's time for the closet doors, which again, we're gonna have to copy and paste these over here so I can actually see what they look like. Oh my God, this is going to be a mission and a half. Now, I'm definitely gonna build them straight, and I feel really excited, guys. I think it's because this is something so different. Although it is a very rogue out there video idea, I do love these ones. Sometimes they are the best. And then obviously, we've just gotta make it go up to our little roofing. Now, sadly, this isn't actually entirely copy and pasteable. Most of it will be, but the middle and the top, I don't think are gonna be. Oh, excuse me. We're basically just gonna resize it in ever so slightly, and then the next one up again just goes in a little bit like that. And then there's a few extra details that we need to add, but I'm gonna go and add them on once we've like copy and pasted it. So let's do just that. basically, oh yeah, see what I mean, guys? It's only partially copy and pasteable, but it's fine. And then how it goes, oh wait, that's copy and pasteable now. That was a lot easier than I thought. And then it sort of like goes like this. Do you see what I mean? That's sort of the vibe I get from this closet. Then we're gonna go for the cylinder, and God only knows how we are going to do that handle. And this is like a golden, like a browny, maroony sort of color. And part of me was thinking, what is it? Like the safety, a life preserver. All right, we do have one of these. Okay, maybe rather than adding this silly cylinder, we could literally just slap this on. So okay, now we can get rid of this little closet door down there. And then, oh crap, does this mean we're gonna have to build like an actual closet? I didn't really factor this part into the video. Okay, but this should actually be pretty easy.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
And as for the walls of it, I guess, the edges, they're gonna be like this. And the word edges has just been ruined for me. The amount of people in my comments who are like, I'm edging to this. I'm like, are we still stuck in 2024, guys? Stop saying those disgraceful things in my comments. And then the top part is actually really super easy. And then we've basically just got to add in our shelves. So there's one at the top with like our little basket. Well, actually just like some folded clothes. And how are we going to do this? How am I going to make pants? These pants are going to be for like Tammy off the 1,000 Sister show.
Try being my size, Amy. You don't know how it is. I've been grown. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
Which, no hate to Tammy, I flipping loved her, mate. And by the way, she's lost all the weight, so congrats, gal.
So how much have you lost so far?
But honestly, who else used to watch those like YouTube shows all the flipping time? Cheapskates, oh my gosh, that was actually like peak times. So there we go, here are our pants. Also, I don't know why I caught like a New Zealand accent there. Here are our pants, guys. So I'm going to place in there, and I'm gonna place our pants in here, and there we go. So I actually think that looks pretty good. And then as for our shirt, I'm actually not going to be doing a shirt. I'm going to just be doing some stacked clothing. And there we have it, guys. That is like the final closet done. Obviously, it's not 100% perfect, but that took me 45 minutes to do one closet. So next up, we're going to be doing the windows. And I feel like, imagine we made this, guys, the entire plot. That would have just been way too big and ridiculous. So actually, just before the windows, we might as well do this corner shelf, because this is going to be one of the only things that can actually be done with a singular basic shape block. So we'll literally just drag it up one by one as many a times as it lets us. What the hell? Why are you doing somersaults? It's not summertime yet, although I'm very excited for summer this year, guys. And if we go into surface decorations, I'm not actually going to be trying to recreate these. This was what sort of inspired me to do this, other than the Toy Story thing, was the fact that you can resize certain decorations. So obviously things like the little birdie can't be resized that much, but like this statue, look at this. This can go massive. And also, when it comes to potted plants, rather than using like the miniature ones like this, I was thinking we just use like the big plants on the shelf. So now is actually the windows. We were using this one, weren't we? So let me use this as an example. We're gonna place these like that. And then we're gonna add like a line or something in the middle. And wow, that actually does look kind of good, guys. It's a little bit small and it's a little bit low down, but I'm not going to be moaning about that too much. Now, for the bedside table, I realized we didn't add one, but I'm actually going to add... Wait, you guys have got to guess what it is, okay? Even if you don't know the name, just, like, try and guess what one it is. Have you got it yet? Okay, maybe not yet. If you guys guessed this quadratic end table, then you would be absolutely right. And I think the best one that we're going to be able to do today is probably this one, mainly because we have, like, an oval shape, basic shape these days. Oh my gosh, you know what? Could be absolutely sick if we used a semi-transparent sphere and then we actually put like a candle or something in the middle, so it literally looks like this is the light. That is so smart. that. Next up then are gonna be the desk. Now, I don't know if I'm actually gonna add a bathroom because I feel like the actual logistics of that could be a bit complicated. However, I'm gonna add like the space for one. So as for the doors, once again, we're gonna sort of delete these over here and we're gonna have our nice big, oh my gosh, I've literally crashed Bloxburg, guys, because of how ridiculous this build is. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to rejoin. Now then, I'm going to be using the same sort of design over here because I've changed my mind on the traditional doors, guys. Let me show you the paddle doors. I mean, most of you probably know what these look like because I use them all the time. So we're gonna use like the traditional design, but the panel outline. See what I mean? Because I ain't doing all of that. Each door needs to be 7 wide. And the last step is going to be added in the paddles, which I'm very, very excited to be doing, actually. And also, I've just realized, technically, we only need one little ball on here because this actually needs to go all the way over to the edge because that's, you know, obviously this is only one half of our double door. The 3 things really left on my list are a plant, a desk, and another desk. Those are really the 3 things. So shall we start off with the plant? And I did put the sapling plant, but I actually am sort of feeling now like I kind of want this one. We might have to be using like a mixture of basic shapes in here. So it obviously is going to be a little bit fiddly McFiddly. Now, how much is this? Oh my God. It's not even copy and paste. Well, I've just built that in the middle of the room. Oh, crap. So the desk is now the second to last item. And this, again, should be very, very easy because I'm going to be going for, let's just say a simple desk, to say the least. So the keypad's probably the easiest part to pop on here because it's just going to be a bunch of squares on a larger square. What is that, like, gigantic screen? Oh, my gosh. That could be really cool, like, maybe over on this wall. It's like a TV. So we're just going to add some, like, fake pencils just coming out of this, which, if you couldn't already tell, guys, is, of course, a pencil pot. So what chair did we have? I'm pretty sure it was actually, like, a really complicated one, like, all bent bits and stuff. So those just go like this, and then they're at, like, a nice little jaunt, maybe a little bit like that. And basically, I'm just going to copy that over to the other side. Holy mother of pearl, that is expensive. I also remember we've got to do a mirror, but this is very, very easy because basically it's just going to be a big plank of basic shape. So I'm just going to pop that right there. That looks absolutely gorgeous. And then the final thing, the actual final thing is the carpet. How are we going to do that? I honestly do not have a pig's clue. And then I'm not obviously going to create it exactly like that one, but I'm going to take the gist of it. Basically building like almost the Bloxburg town map. This is Pizza Planet. I know, it looks so accurate, doesn't it? Then what else do we have? We have Bloxburgers. I'm actually going to build like the old one because obviously the new one's red and we've already got a little bit of red going on over here. We don't want too much red now. So with that, the gigantic bedroom is built. Okie dokie, guys. I thought we would start outside of like the original plan just to sort of see how far we came. So we had a desk over here. We had a desk here with a closet. And in fact, we didn't even add much decoration in this room. This is really just like a brief show. Now, if you're wondering, it ended up valuing at $300,000. A little butterfly to celebrate the occasion. So as we walk through literally the crack in the door, this is what we are met with. Oh my gosh. It feels so real. I literally feel like there's been an update, like an April Fool's update where we've shrunk into a little dummy. Look at how small I am. Okie dokie. So obviously in here is like our pretend bathroom. I'm starting with like the worst bits, like the front door and the bathroom. Now over here is the shelf. So if Andy was coming, like you literally have to run over here. Oh, no, you wouldn't start doing a dance. You go, Andy's coming. Anyway, over here is like the little desk area. I wonder, can we climb up this? Surely we can. Come on, Reese's, don't be a noob. Okay, so we can jump onto the chair. I feel like a cat. Is this like the view cats get? Now, over there is like our little... Whoa! I can't believe I got onto that. Is our little bedside table with our bed. Then we've got another corner shelf going on over here. And this actually is so weird. This feels like life-size to the town. Is this what the toys feel like? With like a little teddy bear? Anyway, we've got the mirror. which we can't actually get a reflection from. And finally, the closet room. So if you're wondering, this is what it looks like from above, guys. I am so impressed with this. And I would love to do like a whole house in this style, but that would actually take me like 24 hours. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know in the comments any other ideas, and I'll see you all in the next one.